last night we're watching Baby Shark in the kitchen. It's like 9:30 at night, and he flips the YouTube video to another language. We think it's some kind of Russian dialect. We couldn't tell because the info of the video was in this other language, but I mean, I've never seen anything like this. He just starts doing it in that language.
Yeah, I'm like being quiet and pointing.
I'm like, our kid is speaking another language now, and he knew them.
He knew all the words.
I wonder what people thought of your Instagram video last night. It was like 9 o'clock at night. And you did a video for Cal to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But then you posted it on Instagram. And I just remembered because I saw it real quick. You're like, hi, Cal. It's mommy. It's time to be a big boy and go to bed.
Why? Why are you laughing at me?
If people don't read it and they just saw the video, and if they don't read what it was.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, that's interesting.
Well, it's on our daily autism page.
I know. I just thought it was kind of funny. Hi, Cal. It's mommy.
I'm serious. Like, that's the last thing you want to do at 9 o'clock when you're tired.
Yeah, and you know what? He wasn't going to bed last night without that video.
I know.
Because we tried, you tried everything.
And showing him other videos.
Yeah. He needed a customized specific video to that moment in time.
Right. I mean, this morning, right when he woke up, he said, I'm changing his diaper. He's laying on the floor, and he said, can you make a video?
Yeah.
Okay. I just posted that one, too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be good.
I said, good morning.
So yesterday I said, we were talking about JWoww talking about autism.
Right.
And I was like, because I'm talking about JWoww. Oh, I'm sorry. She doesn't have her son has a son or daughter.
Son.
Her son has autism. And I said, because we're talking about this now, and like the microphones, our phones, our laptops, our computers, I was like, inevitably, I'm going to get hit with something today that is because of JWoww and whatever.
Right.
Sure enough, like an hour or two later, I get fed this article. Actually, I'm glad this happened. It's actually good. I get fed this article of celebrity moms and autism.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, of course, it's right there on Facebook. I'm like, of course, because we're talking about JWoww, celebrities, Jersey Shore, autism, and everything like that. And I get this article. This is actually really, really cool. It's the woman from, oh, no, now I'm forgetting what she's an actress. What's the crime show?
It says it on there. Cold Case.
Oh,
right?
It does say Cold Case. Yeah, like
you
you'd recognize her, right?
I actually don't recognize her.
Really?
But I know the show.
Her name's Catherine Morris. Anyway, her interview's on this website called thesavants.com. She's got twin boys, and they're obviously autistic, but she does this really interesting article, and there's all this stuff you can read about this agency, this organization she started, and everything that she kind of went through. And, she was talking about, like, look, I'm an actress. I live in Hollywood. Like, we had support. I was able to get to doctors and therapists and everything. She's like, but it's not like that for everybody. I get it. So, but one of the real interesting things she talked about was, I think she said when, I forget the age of one of her twins, but she's like, yeah, she's like happy, like just alert boy. And then all of a sudden this fog set over him. Kind of gave me the chills. Like when people talk like not everybody remembers the sort of specific moment, but like I don't, but
you said he was there and then he wasn't
I
there.
remember the period, in time. I don't remember, but it sounded like had a moment where she's like, yeah, I think she talked about going to get him from his crib or something like that. And she's like, oh yeah, he was in this weird fog. And then she's like, it got really bad from there. Like everything was just totally different. And I was like, whoa, that gives me chills, man.
Yeah, we definitely didn't see it like that. But I was talking to Cal's ABA therapist about this because the developmental pediatrician, yes, there's all these different theories. The developmental pediatrician told me that he's born with it, and there's nothing I could have done. And so I told Lolo, we didn't notice it right away. Maybe at 14 months old we did. And she's like, you just started to see him regress,
Yeah.
Because he didn't get therapy until 22 months old. So we're starting to see the regression of it all.
Well, her thing, like I said, it's called thesavants.com, and it's definitely worth checking out. I thought it was pretty interesting. It's a good website, and her interviews are on there. Most people will recognize her if you see her from that show Cold Case. She's like one of the detectives on Cold Case. But it's, twin boys, autism, and how she like really took it upon herself to to find all these. Like her whole thing was like I asked so many questions and was just able to she just became her own advocate for her kids, and she did it a different way, but now she's like sharing all these stories. And I think there's a daily newsletter that you can get. Sign up for the savants.com. So it's pretty good.
Are both boys autistic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if she has other kids. I feel like she may. No, maybe it's just, I don't know. But it's a very, we talk about celebrities because we talked about it yesterday, how some will talk about, like, go in depth about it, some won't. Like, she does a really good job of, like,
That's
explaining everything and, like, the pitfalls of it, ups and downs, like all the people she had to get involved and just keep asking questions, keep pushing forward. And I just thought it was it was pretty good. And her interview with the Today Show is on there. So when she launched this this website, the Today Show had her on. So it was a good. It was a good. The interview explains it very well. So it's pretty cool. We talked about that yesterday too, like having twins with autism, or just let's say you have an autistic kid. How many parents after that are like, I'm not having any more children?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's hard for the people that have more than one. I was saying you had a vasectomy, so Cal is our last kid. But I said, what if you didn't? And I did. We did have a baby after him. I feel like I would be like on high guard, or however you want to say it.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. High guard. I
Well,
have no idea what that means.
What does that mean? Okay.
Probably high alert.
High alert. I would be on like high alert, looking at every little thing to see, is this kid autistic too? You know what I mean? And how soon can I start therapy? I would immediately be like proactive, I guess.
Yeah, you see a lot of siblings at his school.
I know.
I mean, not a lot, but a fair amount.
Yeah.
And
that's hard.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole nother, and then you have to wonder if, I don't know, all the scenarios involved in that yeah, I think the whole way, first off, obviously a pretty stressful. Well, I was just thinking about it right now. I mean, even going through a pregnancy with an autistic kid already in your life, that's hard just because of the stress itself. Because you're not supposed to be stressed while you're pregnant.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be stressed at all. I mean, I had the stress test. I mean, they put a monitor on you. You're not supposed to be stressed.
Yeah, so that's a whole nother. I didn't even think about that till we're sitting here talking about it right now. I didn't even think about that aspect of it, of just the daily stresses of autism, and then like even the food drama with. I mean, sometimes you're just in the kitchen all day trying to find something that he'll want to eat, and then when you're pregnant, I mean, you just can't be doing that. I mean, imagine 8 months pregnant, getting into your 9th month. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, and then think about, what if we did have a baby after him, and then I had to go stay at the hospital for 2 nights?
No, I don't want to. No. No, why would I think about something like that? Why would I ever just purposely think about something like that?
I know.
No, I don't want to think about it. Thanks. Terrible topic. I don't know why I brought it up. I feel the stress pouring in my veins, like little knives made of ice just piercing me all inside.
Oh, my gosh.
No, but we do, you see the siblings, yeah, and you do have to wonder, because the one thing that they're, I don't know, for as many things as they don't know about this, the doctors and therapists and experts, is if you have a child who gets diagnosed, you really almost have to, gosh, I don't know, plan that it really could happen, because I don't know what the numbers are, but apparently it is a very known thing that you should be almost expecting that could it's a real possibility.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't always happen,
no,
but there's definitely a chance.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, I would definitely be on high alert.
Like, it's a higher chance. I was even thinking yesterday, what are they saying now? 1 in 54? Was that the latest?
I think it's even closer now.
46? I think it's just something I should know.
I would say
don't
1
have
in
that in front of
49.
me. But anyway, so what would you say?
I think you said before 1 in 49, maybe.
I don't know that it's that. But anyway, whatever it is, it's going in the wrong direction. But that alone, to me, let's just say 1 in 60, for God's sake. That alone, do you know how many babies are born every day?
Yeah, I know.
In the world? Like, that's crazy.
It is crazy. But you were just talking about how she became the kid's advocate and stuff, and you really just have to keep pushing forward with this. There's no stopping. You know?
I almost think I almost think that it gets the advocacy just starts when you get the diagnosis. Like, you have to be an advocate to get the diagnosis. Think of all the things we had to do, all the paperwork, all the meetings, all the phone calls, right?
I know.
But then that's just to get the word, like, yes.
I know.
Like, autistic, yes. Yeah, because you're looking, there's two words. It's yes or no. I'm either diagnosing you yes, or I'm not diagnosing you no, right?
Right.
So that's just to get the yes. And then when you get the yes, then that's when, like, it really starts. Because that's when it's like, okay, how aggressive do you want to be in, therapies and all the other things?
Right.
So, yeah, I couldn't imagine. And then having to do that again. And then, I was thinking too, not every, just because like one kid would have a therapist doesn't mean that therapist would be right for the other.
I know.
Get what I'm
That's
saying?
the crazy part. Even what they need. So something that Cal was also diagnosed with, which I should have pulled up the description of this, but it's global developmental delay. And I just think that's where he's at developmentally, like his level. You know what I mean? Like I had the conversation yesterday with the ABA therapist about switching his toys and stuff. And I went to 2 different consignment stores to kind of get ideas because I had no idea what I was going to be looking for. And it was to the point where I was seeing baby toys that he could mouth. And I felt weird a little bit for my mind to go there. And she was like, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do because you can't look at the age. And because he mouthed, I didn't even tell you this yesterday because we went out for a little bit. But because he mouths everything, I got him these baby toys that he can chew on. And it said 3 months old, which sounds weird. But you talked about before, be where your child's at. Mm-hmm. And that's just where I had to go. Like, it's crazy.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. And the rules are always changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the rules are always changing. So it's like, but then with something else, I'm assuming that what did you say, global what delay?
Global developmental delay.
So I'm assuming that means it's just everything is delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And so, but at the same time, here's what's weird about that. Like, when it comes to like his size and weight and everything, he's perfectly on schedule with all of that.
I
like
know.
his height and weight, his shoe size, like he wears a normal shoe size for his, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's why sometimes you're almost just like, God, this is so weird. Because it's like I think he falls into all the normal percentiles with height and weight. And
he does.
I mean, it might be a little bit short just because we're all sort of short, but I mean, it's he carries he walks with his backpack on. I mean, he can pick up a ball and throw it. He can kick a ball. He can climb. He can do all these things. So it is hard to hear those things where it's like, oh yeah, he's all around this, and then you're kind of like, I guess, but then he does this and he does that, and that's, you know what I mean?
Well, she told me you just have to keep getting what works for him. Like I can't get Paw Patrol toys because of the head's going to come off. And really just look for sensory toys because those are going to last a lot longer. But she's like, you have to figure out the perfect box for him. Not box, but perfect route for him. And because every kid's different. And that goes along with his toys and stuff. And yes, I'm buying him baby toys, but I can't look at it as baby toys.
Yeah, I meant to bring this up way earlier, but last night we're watching Baby Shark in the kitchen. It's like 9:30 at night, and he flips the YouTube video to another language. We think it's some kind of Russian dialect. We couldn't tell because the whole info of the video was in this other language. But I mean, I've never seen anything like this. He just starts doing it in that language.
Yeah, I'm like being quiet and pointing.
I'm like, our kid is speaking another language now, and he knew them.
He knew all the words.
Yes, and you could tell the parts of the song that it was, "Mommy Shark," let's go hunt it, and he's doing it in this other language. And I'm telling, I mean, it wasn't French, it wasn't Spanish. I mean, I'd have picked up on that, but this was this was some Russian.
Yeah, it wasn't even Japanese.
Polish.
Yeah.
No Japanese, no Chinese, because even the writing, I was like, what the hell is that? I can't even figure this out.
I don't even know how we're going to find it again. But that was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that.
He'll find it because somewhere tucked away in his brilliant little mind, he knows we got a reaction out of that.
And that was not the first time he's seen that and sang it.
Oh,
he memorized it in the language.
In the language.
Yeah. It's pretty unbelievable.
It's almost like, who knows how many languages he speaks right now? Like,
that's what you said.
Or at least can do Baby Shark. Maybe that's like he's gonna like what do they do, those world records? What's the name of that company that does it? Oh, Guinness Book of World
Yeah.
Records. Maybe he'll be like the first kid to sing Baby Shark in every language on the planet.
That would be cool.
That'd be pretty funny. He could certainly.
He is obsessed.
Oh yeah, he could certainly do it.
I will say, going on this journey, it's a lot of ups and downs, even with emotions. And I was at the consignment shop, and I'm looking at even like pants because he grows so fast. And I saw a little size 4 pair of baseball pants, and it made me sad that I don't feel like he's ever going to be able to do that. And we talked about this before. You know, I'm buying baby toys, and then there's other 4-year-olds playing baseball.
I talked to somebody the other day, and they have a friend whose son, because you know it's never the people you're talking to, it's the friend of whatever.
Right.
But they have a son who's autistic, and he does the Special Olympics, but he's actually won like all of these awards and everything like that.
That's
So,
cool.
Yeah, he could do that one day.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that everyone's different. It's
I've
just
looked-
right now, it's hard for me to see outside of what we're doing.
I don't think we've talked. We have not talked about. I've looked into that for him actually, Special Olympic programs and stuff. Not right now. He's so much on his plate, but he's like I said, he is developing when it comes to strength and outside and everything, just as fast as any other 4.5-year-old is. He's going to need that outlet for extra energy and stuff at some point. You know, he's just going to need it. I mean, I mean, the good thing is being so close to the beach. We're at the beach a lot, and then the pool, and we're outside. But he's just going to need that. But they have some great programs. I mean, it's all kinds of sports that they offer. And anyway, this one kid, he's like he competes in special like he's a competitor.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's not just like a rec league. I mean, this kid competes and apparently does very well. Was won these awards and these championships and everything like that. And that not take anything away from the other kids, but I could not imagine. Those parents must feel so great.
Aww.
Watching those kids compete and be out there. So.
Well, yesterday I looked at gymnastics.
Yeah.
He likes to be on his head. He does.
Oh boy, he does.
Maybe this summer.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of those. I don't know. Maybe
this program does do that.
Yeah, longest headstand or something like that. He could do it, man. He could do it. I pull up the CDC website because why do I just get this impression of messages coming through like you're such an idiot? How could you not know how many kids? But the CDC, yeah, and this is CDC.gov. So please don't say that I'm on some conspiracy website or maybe this is one. I don't know. The whole world could be a conspiracy. But it's they just updated this. This is 1 in 44 have been identified with autism spectrum disorder, otherwise known as ASD. And
Wow.
four times more common in boys than girls. So that is the latest from CDC.com. I should have known that.
1 in 44. I think that last
You were
year,
close.
2021, it was 1 in 54. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think you had it absolutely right. Part of the problem is I do a little I research things probably a bit too much. It's just I'm just a naturally curious person. Just always have been.
Yes.
And so I always have these numbers, and sometimes I forget what they're associated to. So I don't know. I think I said 50 something or whatever. So, but it's that's the latest. But see, now you have to be careful because see, look at this. So New Jersey. In New Jersey, 1 in 35.
Oh wow.
So you
now
can
it's
start
breaking it up state to
yeah,
state.
and so you can this can start like your brain and everything.
Yeah, and then I read an article that Maryland had a lot.
Oh boy,
Remember that article?
Yeah, stop it.
Okay,
Because
fine.
Now I'm gonna be
Okay.
sucked into all
Oh,
these.
man.
Now I'm gonna be. But see, now I'm sitting here asking myself, well, why would New Jersey have why would Maryland have more? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
yeah, I mean, what is going on? It's a funny thing. You can get so sucked in to all of these things because you're living it. Like
I know.
you just are. You really want to understand. What, how, why. It's the classic who, what, when, where, why. You
I
just
know.
always are just dying to know. It's like I thought to myself the other day, and I know this is so just kind of whatever. I said, I wonder if I'll be alive when they find the root cause of autism. Like, I wonder if I'll be alive. Like if I'll be alive that day when they make the announcement.
Well, I think it would be awesome to be alive.
Well, and then I thought to myself, yeah, well, big deal. I mean, so what? You'll be alive, but it's not going to change anything. But
No,
I
it's not.
kind of want to just,
You
I
just
don't
wanna
know.
know.
Yeah.
Okay, global developmental delay. When a child takes longer to reach certain developmental milestones than other children their age. The delays include speech, language, social, how do you say that word? Cognitive?
I'm not reading your screen, so I don't know. Cognitive?
Yeah, cognitive.
Yeah, right.
And
That's
play
not what
and motor skills. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like, and so that's just
Cognition.
yeah, so that's just part. Good job. That's what happens when Melissa goes off script. We don't know what's going to happen.
Oh my God, I haven't even had a full cup of coffee yet.
Yeah. Well, so I think what happens is with that can be like not associated. That can just be a part of a lot of kids, but it just so happens that he's also dealing with that.
Well, that's what
Like,
I'm saying.
yeah, just 'cause
everyone's different.
Yeah, just because you have autism doesn't mean you have that.
No, this is another
Yeah, just another
diagnosis.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing.
So part of that, I have to start researching for OT again.
I read this story because I think his speech therapy is almost over. Oh my God! And this story's in New Jersey.
Yeah.
You see, it's all
Connected.
they're out to get us. They know
Stop
what we're looking for. They know what we're seeking information on the internet. But none of his therapists wear masks, do they?
She's wearing a shield right now.
Oh, she is wearing a shield. I didn't see her.
Well, you have to be able to see their lips. Like,
well,
if somebody was wearing a mask, I'd say you have to have a shield or just take it off.
Yeah. But at school, they've never worn masks or anything at school.
No, they don't.
No, none.
No one in his department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the kids need to see that. They need, you know what I mean? That the speech is such a big thing. And I don't know. Anyway, but this story, I'm just surprised this is happening. But this kid, he's 3, in a speech therapy class, and he got kicked out because the kid kept taking off his mask, and the mom called, and they told the mom that the kid was committing a catastrophic moral crime.
Oh my God!
Because he was taking his
3.
mask. He's 3, and he's in intense speech therapy, and so the mom goes there, and she's like, "Hey, okay, what's going on? Whatever."
Yeah.
She said her teacher had 2 masks, or the kid's teacher had 2 masks and a face shield.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I'm reading the article and I'm like, well, I think maybe the kid was sort of like, I think the kid was maybe trying to tell the teacher to take off I can't see who you are. I don't know what's going on here.
Right.
Like that's the kid's way of saying, can you take your mask off so I can see your face?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, before he started school, when the mask was a mandate, I said, there's no way he's wearing a mask. He's never worn a mask.
Well, but the school was like, oh, well, he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, okay, because we keep reading that then it turned out that there really wasn't a mandate. They were just highly,
recommending.
Yes, highly recommending that you have one. But then his teachers are like, oh, well, none of us are wearing masks in there. And the kids, and they're like, we're not wearing masks because they're not going to wear a mask. And they need to see us here. Everything has to be, if we do that, we don't know what's going to happen. Like the teachers were nervous, I think, in his program that they were going to be forced to wear a mask.
Yeah, and it's not good for anyone.
Right. So,
but that's awful, that 3-year-old.
Yeah. And I'm all, I mean, if the kids want to wear it, like if you have a special needs and he wants to wear it, that's fine. Like that's cool. But I even said, I think some kids probably liked it because it has that feeling of security and closeness and everything.
Yeah.
But there's no way Cal would ever do it. Like we're pretty much never going on an airplane again.
No, we're definitely not.
Because he just won't. They
they make kids wear it.
Oh, you can go find videos. There's I've seen at least a dozen videos of autistic families getting kicked off planes.
Yeah, I've heard them say our kid has special needs and they don't care.
One lady pulled out documentation from the doctor, like diagnosis, therapy, like everything was like, he's obviously going through these intense things. Like, these are little kids and they're like, get off the plane.
That's crazy.
They're get off the plane. And these people, they're traveling with other kids too. They get up, they have to pull everything around. And then of course there's like embarrassed. And now everyone's like filming it. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
so,
that's
and I'm just
sad.
like, oh man. So, but I just thought that was a crazy story because I was like, man, are they still doing that? Like,
I hope not.
Like throwing kids out of these therapies and classes.
It's awful.
Yeah. I thought that kind of time was over, and why
it needs to be.
Why now? I mean, there's no way this is the first time that the kid was taking the mask off, And I just feel like if you're a therapist and that happens, like you're aware of the environment you're in and what these kids and their parents go through. That's a little much to just say, you know what, he's done. He keeps taking off his mask today. Come pick him up. He's out of here.
Well, that person's obviously scared. 2 masks and a shield.
Yeah.
Like, how can she do her job?
Well, I'm saying maybe this isn't the right time to be teaching, especially, I mean, if you're working in a place where it's, 5th graders or
Right.
6th graders, but I'm talking about not special needs or anything, like just a teacher. Well, that's fine because if you tell them to keep a mask on, they'll do it. But, I mean, are you a 3-year-old going through intense speech therapy? Like what?
I know, that's awful.
Yeah, some of these caregivers, like, what was your expectation that day? That everything was going to be fine? Like, that's not what this is about.
Well, and that's crazy. It was his first day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
how long was he going there? But this is a fast one today because I got to go.
We got to go. We done.
I got to get him dressed and everything.
We out.